Hey guys, it's Lori. Finally getting on to talk about Vegas. Finally, hopefully this works because I have tried this vlog. I don't know how many times. I couldn't even tell you how many times. And it's not that I can't get it to upload. I can't get it to record. And the one time I got it to record and it was over 20 minutes long, which I was going to edit a bunch of that out because there was a lot of pauses in it. And a couple times I started over what I was saying because I forgot things, whatever. But I was going to edit it. I put it in my movie maker to edit it. And 3.5 minutes in, oh, there's my son. Hey, Josh. 3.5 minutes in, my audio cut out. Yeah, so I was pissed, frustrated, whatever you want to call it. Said forget it. Forget it. So now it's like old news, but I'm still gonna give my recap.
How can I see you in that?
Can you see me? Yeah.
How are you in that?
I'm recording a video. Okay, can you let me do that for a few minutes? Please. Thank you. For however long I want, he said. Okay, let's move on with this thing. The luau. I'm not going to get into as much detail as I did before. I'm just going to start out with the luau. It was fantastic. Thank you, Di and Andy, so much. We didn't want for anything at that party. Everything was furnished. I mean, nobody was thirsty. If anybody left that place thirsty, there's something wrong. Trust me. It was fantastic. I didn't take any pictures at all at the luau. I just kind of enjoyed everything, and everybody else was taking pictures. And I've been tagged in lots of pictures, so if you're on Facebook, I'm sure you've seen me in some of the pictures. But yeah, I didn't take any though. I actually didn't take a whole lot of pictures, so I was just counting on everybody else to see all their pictures, and I have. It's been fantastic as far as the pictures go. So when you walked into that luau, at least for me, I could feel the energy in that room. It was like, I could feel the love. It was like family, you know? I could just, it was wonderful. It was just amazing. And so like I said, Di and Andy, thank you so much. I don't have the words to express my gratitude to you for everything you did. So just thank you. And let's see. I also want to say thank you to Heather. Thank you for the bracelets. You are fabulous. This bracelet, I put this on, I wear it as much as I can. I don't wear it if I'm working. I'm afraid something will happen to it. But it's, when I put it on, I feel like I'm connected to you guys. So it's just great. Because I miss you guys, you know. I mean, we waited so long for it. I can't believe that it's already said and done. But anyway, thank you so much, Heather. I love it. And I got to give a big shout out to all the guys. All the hubbies that went. You guys are all right. You guys are awesome. I mean, you just like went with all of us, went with the crowd, fit right in. I mean, you guys are great. You ladies are lucky ladies. You got some good guys. So anyway, all right, so let's move on to Saturday. There was more that went on after the luau, but if you watch the other recaps, I think you kind of got an idea. Like I said, I'm not going to go into as much detail. So anyway, Saturday. Eileen, thank you so much for hosting the cabana. That was fabulous. It really was. It was a great time. I do have a picture of all of us in the pool. This picture's kind of been circulated around, so I'm sure most of you have already seen it, but here's that. We had such a fantastic time. We really did. Oh, I'm shaking this stand. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, we just had a great time. So thanks so much for that, Eileen, for hosting that. And the tattoos. Nobody's mentioned the tattoos. Well, our tattoos happened at the cabana. Thanks, Dana, for bringing those. We had some pretty hot-looking tattoo artists, too. See, look. Not too bad, huh? So anyway, Dana, I think you brought Mac Nuts too, didn't you? Wasn't that you that brought the Mac Nuts? That was pretty cool. There was like a ton of Mac Nuts. Every time I turned around, there was a new bag open. So I think everybody got their fill of Mac Nuts for sure. then after that, I started getting, just feeling exhausted. Oh, we got a train coming. Yippee, hooray. Anyway, where was I? I got it in my notes. Power nap. Yeah, I went back to the room, took a power nap. I don't know about anybody else. You know, I know there's a few people that got a full night's sleep in Vegas, but you know, to me, Vegas is like just a power nap here and there and you're good to go. So, you know, the place never sleeps. I don't want to miss anything. That's how I am. And Saturday after the cabana, see, we all went out to dinner. Really nice dinner. There was a little confusion there, and I'm really sorry that certain people didn't get to get together on that. But you know what? It all worked out in the end. It's all good. So there are a few people I really do wish that I could have spent more time with for sure. But I'm not even going to give shout outs because there's a few that I wish I could have spent more time with. And I do not want to leave anybody out because when I'm finished with this, I don't want to say, I never said so-and-so's name. So I'm not going to do that. Peggy is the P3 poster child because she spent that entire time not going off P3 at all. Seriously. She had no sugar, no starch, no alcohol. We were sitting there at the dinner having the bread. Hold on, be back in a sec. Yeah, we were all eating bread from the bread basket and putting the butter on, you know, eating the bread. Not Peggy. She was scooping up the butter and eating it from the knife. She's a good girl. She was a good girl. So anyways, after the dinner, you know, somehow I ended up with, it was just me and MJ and Dana walking around. You know, I think everybody else went to change their shoes or grab some heels because the club we were going to had a dress code. You had to have heels. I didn't bother to do that because I didn't bring any heels. I have my nice shoes on, and my other shoes are just flip-flops to the pool. So I don't own heels. So there you go. But MJ and Dana played some blackjack, and MJ and I stood there, and they were actually playing some 80s music, so that was pretty cool. Stood there and jammed out to some 80s music, watched the pole dancers. Hey, I thought you were going to let me record for a few minutes. Okay, you can? Okay, I can. All right. Anyway, so there and watched the pole dancers. That was pretty cool. Pretty girls. Not doing anything obscene or anything like that, just dancing. So, anyways, everybody else, we joined in with everybody else when they got done doing what they were doing and got to the club, and I couldn't get in because of my shoes. So it wasn't just me, it was me and Jenny and Ron. I couldn't get in because of our shoes, and I don't think there was anybody else, but I'm not sure. So we all went to the Rum Bar, which was really awesome because everybody got out of line and went with us, which was super sweet of you guys. It really was. But you know what? I think it all worked out for the best because we had a blast at the Rum Bar. It's a hookah bar. And I do have quite a few pictures from there, but I'm not going to put most of them on because I didn't get permission from everybody, and I won't do that without asking them first. So I will put on a couple right here. So it was a really good time. It was a wonderful time. Hold on. What? So then after we left the Rum Bar, we went to McDonald's and did a drunk vlog there. It was a few of us, and some hubbies went along too, and that was fun. That was lots of fun doing that vlog, and that is on I's channel, I Loves Life, and most of you have probably already seen that. Got back to the room about 5 in the morning, and I crashed right away and ended up getting up. I woke up, I was wide awake at 10 o'clock in the morning, and I looked around the room and everybody was still asleep. I was like, God, why am I up first? I had to check my phone a couple times to see, make sure I had the time right. And it was 10 in the morning, so I was like, I'm kind of wide awake. As soon as I got out of bed, I realized I'm still feeling the effects of the alcohol. Yeah, so anyway, I wanted some coffee, so I got up and I was real quiet and getting my purse out and stuff, and Lauren kind of sat up and she was like, girl, what are you doing up? And I'm like, I don't know, I think I'm still drunk. So anyway, hang on a sec. Okay, so anyways, I went down and got me coffee from Starbucks, and I found a bench outside that I could sit on, so I sat outside and had my coffee and called John, called home, talked to him, got to talk to Hayden for a few minutes, and that was nice. He told Hayden that, Hayden asked him, when's Nanny coming back? He didn't like it that I was gone. He's like, when's Nanny coming home? And John said, oh, she's not. She decided to move to Vegas. Well, he started freaking out, crying, and he's like, What will she drive? I just had to tell that story. I thought it was cute. Anyway, if you have grandkids, you'll think it's cute too. Okay, so Sunday, I got pretty toasted Friday night and Saturday night both, meaning drunk both nights. So Sunday was alcohol free for me. Let's see. Got up and spent most of the day. You know what? Hung out at the pool. Let's see. Connie and Lauren and Peggy were my roommates, and they wanted to go do some other things, and I kind of wanted to go to the pool with. I went with Eileen and Jenny and Lisa and Kathy and Chantel went too. Chantel Miss Cotton Candy Kisses. So Hayden, he's asking the neighbor lady where she's going. Anyways, we all hung out at the pool for a while and ended up going to the topless pool, which was actually a lot of fun. No, we weren't topless, but it was actually really a lot of fun. And there was a few topless ladies there, and one or two of them ended up playing volleyball with us in the pool. So that was fun. Let's see. After that, went back to the room, got cleaned up. Some of it is just kind of like a blur, so I'm not really sure exactly what happened next. But we did end up doing some gambling that night. It was a lot of fun. I got a few pictures of that too. See, like I said, I don't really have a whole lot of pictures, but I gave myself a $20 allowance, and that doesn't sound like much, but I don't gamble. So, but you know, being in Vegas, I got to do some slots, right? So I gave myself a $20. I was allowed to lose 20 bucks. So I ended up $20 ahead, which was pretty cool. Well, we went to one of the casinos to meet up with Tijal and Neil, and Katie and Dan were there, so that's where we ended up walking to, and they were playing craps, or as Lauren says, they were playing shits. Excuse my language. But it was funny. Lauren's hilarious. Oh my God, she's so funny. I swear my jaws were killing me. My ribs hurt. And she's so funny. All you do is laugh. She's just funny. So, anyway. And I'm sure if you've watched the other recaps, you've heard somebody mention that at some point in time. So, anyway, we just had a good time Sunday, just gambling and stuff like that. Then a few girls came back to our suite and hung out. Eileen actually had some clothes for the exchange. I'm not sure what went on with, if she didn't take them to the original one or what. I don't know, but she brought them to our suite that night, and I actually ended up with a crap load of clothes. It was really cool. I made out good. I didn't even intend to take any clothes from the giveaway. I brought some, but I thought I'm just not even going to look through them because I need to clear out the stuff that I have. So, but anyway, Sunday, Connie and I didn't sleep at all because we were leaving really early the next morning. Katie and Dan were actually leaving really early the next morning too. So, I mean, I figured, you know, here I am in Vegas with all these awesome chicks. I'm not going to spend the last few hours of it sleeping. So that was my thought anyway. That's what I thought. So we stayed up. We didn't even go to sleep at all. Peggy and Lauren decided to go to bed for a little bit, and so we said our goodbyes to them before they went to bed. Then Connie and I hung out on the couch for, I don't know, like about an hour. I don't know what time all the girls left our suite. It was late. But anyways, Connie and I hung out on the couch for about an hour, just like, you know, Facebook and stuff like that. And, oh, and I wanted to tell you too, everybody made fun of me for being OCD because I was packing everything all nice and neat. And because I make the bed at a hotel. Well, I don't like it messy. So now I just want to tell you guys, when I wake up in the mornings, Lauren, Peggy, Connie, I think of you. When I wake up every morning now, I think of you guys because I'm getting up and I'm kind of like making my bed before I get out of it. They made fun of me for that, but that's all right. I'm a big girl. I can take it. I just want you to know that I think about you ladies when I'm still in bed in the mornings. I'm going to have to pause in a minute because there's another train coming. Anyhow, oh, I have another funny story that I almost forgot to tell. Katie and I, before all the girls met us in our room, I'm not sure what everybody was doing. I think I and Jenny went back to the room to grab all these clothes that I had, and Lisa went to her room for something. But anyways, oh, I know what it was. I wanted a coffee, so I went to Starbucks by myself for a coffee. And when I went to get back on the elevator to go up to my room, Katie was already in the elevator. And she was like leafing through this book that Lauren had given us all. And so she wasn't looking up at all. So I just stood there and smiled and stared at her. And I'm thinking, hold on. So I'm standing there staring at Katie, waiting for her to look up. And I'm like smiling, you know. And finally the doors open and she looks up and she's like, oh my gosh, you're on the elevator too. We just kind of cracked up. Everybody else on the elevator probably thought we were really weird. But that's all right. I don't care. I'm used to that. So anyways, Katie and I ended up, because she was headed up to our room too. She was one of them that was coming up to hang out in our suite for a while. And we got off the elevator, started walking down the hall to our room, and we see I and Jenny down there. We're like, what are they doing? They're knocking on our door. They're just knocking and knocking and knocking, and nobody's there because, you know, I figured everybody else is already in there. So we get clear down there and realize that we're on the wrong floor. We were on their floor, which they were like 62 and we were 67 or something like that. And so we were on the wrong floor. I don't know if they were, I think they were at the same room number as ours, but just the wrong floor. And they were like, well, we're trying to get Lisa. We're trying to get Lisa. She's not answering her door. We don't know what's going on. And then we look back behind us a few doors down, and here walks Lisa out of her room. Well, they were at the wrong room altogether. We were on the wrong floor. It was just funny. You know, it was one of those things you had to be there, but it was funny. So I had to tell the story. Anyhow, cracked me up. Okay, so we all had a good time in our suite for a while then. Like I said, airport shuttle picked us up, Connie and I, at 3:20 in the morning. So we were outside waiting for that at 3:20 in the morning. Get to the airport, get in line to check our bags, and who gets in line behind us? Katie and Dan. It's like, oh my gosh, it was kind of cool. And so they were in line, you know, with us through the bag check area, and then we kind of went our separate ways, and Connie and I went through TSA and went to our gate, found a Starbucks, got a coffee and a yogurt parfait thing, and sat down in the seats at our gate, just waiting to board the plane. And here comes Katie again. Here they were at the gate right next to us. It was pretty cool. So anyway, yeah, when we were sitting there waiting to board the plane, exhaustion just overwhelmed me. I was like nodding off in the seats. I'm like, you know, and I look over at Connie and she's looking at me. She's just like, hang in there. Like, I'm trying. I swear I think I could have fallen asleep standing up at that point. I was so tired. But anyway, we got on that plane, had a layover for a couple hours in Los Angeles. Then we ended up back in Ohio at 5:05 p.m. Ended up back home at my house at about 8 o'clock p.m. I dropped my bags in the kitchen and went straight over to my son's baseball tournament game. And I mean, I had just left 110 degrees. I get to that tournament game and it's like 70, 73 degrees, something like that, and windy and dark. So I was freezing. I was like freezing, wrapped in a blanket, you know. People were coming up to me and like, we know where you just came from. We don't feel sorry for you at all, standing there all wrapped up in your blanket. So that was kind of funny. They were just kidding around with me. But it was like 10:30 at night before I got home from that, and I just got a second wind. I don't know what it was. I stayed up watching vlogs and looking at Facebook pictures and stuff till like 2 in the morning. So needless to say, I slept till 11 o'clock in the morning the next day. Did nothing the next day. And now, a whole week later, I am still kind of weird with my body clock. It's just not adjusting yet. So I don't know. I guess I'm a wimp. But, well, we did stay up until 2 in the morning a couple nights ago because there was a humongous fire in town. And I did put a little video of that on my Facebook. I hope nobody thought that that was my house, because I did get a text from Kathy, Not Enough Hours, saying, please tell me that wasn't your house. It's like, oh my God, it never occurred to me that people might think that. But it wasn't. It wasn't my house. It was a warehouse here in town. But it was just such a huge fire. And we went to my brother-in-law's. He lived right down the street from it, really close to it, actually. And stood there and watched that until they started to get it under control, and came home about 2 in the morning. So I don't know. I've just got my body clock all screwed up. But now John wants to go to Vegas, and I think that would be awesome. So if there was another meetup like that in Vegas, would I go? In a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. If it was anywhere else, would I go? In a heartbeat. You better believe it. So anyway, guys, I just want to say thank you to everybody, and I love you all. I miss you guys. It sounds strange, I know. My virtual friends, I miss you. So, all right. I hope this works. This better work. All right. That's it for now. See ya.